And then the final hour of the show happened. We had a tag team match that did not need to happen between Braun Strowman and Bobby Lashley, and they teamed up to take on Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn. This was completely pointless. Completely pointless. Owens and Zayn have already lost to these two on multiple occasions on TV. They lost a 10-man tag team match to Lashley and Strowman, I think 3 weeks ago at this point. The very next week, they lost a standard 2-on-2 tag team match against Bobby and Braun. They then lost a 6-man tag team match to Bobby and Braun on last week's Raw. And then they lost again here. I guess the caveat was that Owens and Zayn, first of all, the legal man was not pinned, which Owens pointed out in his promo to kick off Raw on Monday night. Not only that, but they teased tension, and they're going back to this fucking same old shit, what they've been doing for like at least 3 or 4 months now, with Owens and Zayn teasing tension. Well, they're teasing tension. Well, they go back to, fighting each other over the WWE champion. Who cares? Who cares? Just keep them together and stop doing the whole split them up or keep them together. It's the same thing with the Nakamura thing. You either shit or get off the pot with these guys. You either break them up and do the feud, which I don't think anyone wants to see right now. And I love Owens and Zayn, but it's like, they need heels. They're killing their credible heels on Raw right now. They really have no heels. And that's really what bothers me about this show. That this show did nothing to establish any new bad guys in WWE. Really, I mean, let's look at the results real quick from this pay-per-view. Seth Rollins beat The Miz. Now, The Miz will be fine. The guy's a great mic worker, and he's on SmackDown anyway. SmackDown has a strong crop of heels, for the most part. But anyway, Nia Jax beating Alexa Bliss, which she should have. Alexa Bliss had her turn, but still a babyface win. Jeff Hardy beating Randy, or they're both babyfaces, but 2 babyfaces, so no heels there. Carmella did win, so at least they're building her up properly, despite the fact that she sucks in the ring, but they're building her up. AJ Nakamura ended in a draw. So Nakamura, despite the fact that he's a great heel right now, is still falling short of victory when it matters most. Owens and Zayn lost on the show, as did Samoa Joe in the main event. So again, I ask you, where are the credible heels? On SmackDown, again, you can make a case for Miz. He's going to rebound. He beat Jeff Hardy clean on Tuesday's SmackDown. So Miz will be fine. I think he will become the next Money in the Bank, Mr. Money in the Bank. We all thought it a while ago. I did say it on the show a few months back. I will continue to say that I do think Miz is taking the briefcase, as he should. But anyway, so you have those guys on SmackDown. You have The Miz, Samoa Joe, and a few others. SmackDown is set. Andrade and Almas, they're all set. Raw really has the issue here. Raw has no legitimate heels, including Brock Lesnar. Brock Lesnar isn't even really a heel. The guy's whatever the fuck they want him to be whenever he comes back. He's a babyface, he's a heel, he's a tweener, he's here, he's not here again, he's not here again, So they really need to start building up credible heels for Raw. I think that's the biggest issue with the Raw roster right now. It's not a bad roster at all. SmackDown has the superior roster in my opinion, but Raw didn't make out too badly in the Superstar Shakeup a few weeks ago. Raw made out pretty decently. They have a lot of star power. And they do have their fair share of hot stars. Rollins and Strowman are super over right now. But what heels do they have? Ziggler, loser. Tag team division anyway, but the guy's a loser. Baron Corbin, he fucking lost to No Way Jose last week. Next. Owens and Zayn? Give me a break. I love Owens and Zayn, but listen to this. I did the research. It punched, what would Dana Brooke say? I crunched the numbers last night, or on Raw on Monday, whatever, during Raw. Kevin Owens has not won a televised match on WWE TV since February 20th, I want to say, when he beat Dolph Ziggler. Before that, he has not won a singles match on TV since he beat AJ Styles on the final SmackDown of 2017. It's currently the month of May. What the fuck? Wow. It's like, that's really... And again, that's really sad. And that's really, really bad, too. I know you can make the case, Owens is bulletproof. I know, but when you beat a guy like a drum, it's really hard to care about him. Or Sami Zayn. It's like, why are they expecting us to take people like Owens and Zayn seriously when at some point, when Reigns inevitably wins the Universal Championship, they're going to be expected to face Roman for that title. Why should I invest them whatsoever as challengers to that championship? They have lost time and time and time again. Both of them, especially Owens, but definitely both of them. So that's what Raw needs to work on right now. Owens and Zayn are way better than they're being booked lately. I love Strowman. I love his destructive rampages and all this other shit. Just how he completely decimates everyone in sight. It's great. He's over. People love it. I get it. But you're not doing the rest of the roster any favors by having him beat the same people over and over and over again. It doesn't mean anything, which is why no one cared. This tag team match was a complete waste of time. No one gave a shit. Even when Braun hit his finisher on Owens for the win, no one gave a shit. Because, first of all, nothing was on the line. And second of all, we've already seen it before. We've already seen Owens and Zayn lose to Strowman and Lashley multiple times. And then Strowman proceeded to attack both men afterward, to almost no reaction. Because they didn't give a shit. Why would fans care? Because Owens and Zayn got beat up for the 20th, 100th time? Again, why should I care? Same thing with the main event, Samoa Joe, Roman Reigns. Oh my god, this was putrid. I love Samoa Joe, and they usually have good matches, which was what kind of, disappointed me here. Was this not only not a main event worthy match, but the wrong guy went over. The wrong Joe went over in this match. The wrong Samoan Joe. Not Joe Anoa'i or Anai or whatever the fuck his last name is, but rather Samoa Joe should have been the one to go over in this outing, but he didn't. They want to move forward with Roman Reigns as the guy, beating Samoa Joe with absolutely nothing on the line. People were already leaving the arena during this match, reportedly. You could see pictures and videos of it, so that's not dirt cheap bullshit. That is a real thing. And can you blame them? You knew Roman was winning, especially once Joe beat him up before the bell, threw him over the commentary tables and stuff. I knew it. As soon as they did that, okay, Roman's winning. It was very obvious from that point. And I was honestly shocked that there were so many people who thought that Joe was going to win. Really? I mean, I love Joe, and I guess they should have told the story of Reigns suffering another defeat, going off the deep end, and turning heel. But apparently that's too, logical for them. So they went the route that no one wants to see, with him slaying Samoa Joe, and now moving on to the next rival, in Jinder Mahal. Who cares? Again, going back to what I was saying before, the lack of real heels on this show is what's really not doing Raw any favors right now. Jinder, who cares? Owen, Zayn, losers. Baron Corbin, loser. And I'm not saying they're terrible by calling them losers. I'm saying the definition of a loser is someone who loses a lot. Ergo, Owens and Zayn are fucking losers. Samoa Joe is on SmackDown. He's a loser right now, but he does not lose nearly as much as Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn. Same thing with Baron Corbin. Same thing with Jinder Mahal. Who else does Raw even have for heels? I honestly have no clue. The Miztourage? They have a good roster. They have people who can be heels right now, including Roman Reigns, including Bobby Roode, including Bobby Lashley, but they failed to pull the trigger. The sooner they realize that people like that are better off heel, Raw will be in a much better place.